changing the tire of the M10. It's not that easy, not as easy as it is to change it on the other scooters. So the M10, you have to loosen these two bolts on the swing arm and separate the whole swing arm before you can get the tire to loosen these screws, because it's a split rim, and then you can separate it. I'll show you that here in a minute. But you're gonna need to prop up the scooter, and you're gonna need something to prop up the tire, or you're gonna damage these cables right here, and you don't want to damage those cables. So you're gonna need something to prop it up so you take the slack out of the cables. After you take these bolts out from around here, it loosens this split rim, and then you can lift the tire up off of the motor and repair the tube like I'm about to do. So after examining my tire, I pulled out these little bullhorn things that are all over the place down here in the summertime. And now I gotta check the back tire. This is what it looks like after you put powder on your tube, because you want your tube to go in the tire and move freely. You don't want it to bind up or fold when you put it in the tire. And to put the flat out in there, you gotta take out the valve stem. It comes with a little tool, and then you squirt that in there. And now we're gonna put it in here and line it up. Now that we got the tube and the tire, we're gonna put a little bit of air in the tire just so we can make sure the tube's in there properly. Let me show you. This little thing right here, this is the best money I've spent on my scooter. Cut this on, you can set the PSI. There's no pumping, it's an electronic pump. You gotta put a little air in the tube so you can get the tube nice and straight in the tire. And then once you get it on the rim, you blow it up some more, make sure it's not pinching. But this is the best tool you should invest in. I think it was like 25, 30 bucks. We should definitely get one of these. These tubes, you have this valve stem. You want to make sure that valve stem is pointing out. So when you put your rim back on, you're going to slide it over the valve stem and put it in place. And you're going to pull it out, make sure it's good. And then we're going to slide it back over the tire like this. We're going to line up these bolts, make sure the tube isn't being pinched on the inside, and then we're going to tighten up these bolts, and then we're going to inflate the tire a little bit, put it on the scooter, spin it a little bit, and then inflate it to the max and spin it some more. Make sure we don't have any vibrations or wobbles. If we do, that means that the tire didn't seat right, so then we'd have to take the airbag out and do the process over again to make sure that the edge of the tire seats good in the rim, or you'll get like little wobbles when you're riding. So now she's all back together. So you're gonna have to take the caliper off after you take the wheel off, because it's gonna be a bitch to get it back on. Took me a minute. And you're gonna have to take at least these 3 bolts out of the mud flap to pull the 2 arms apart, because these 2 bolts and this bolt, you loosen them and both of the arms separate, and then the tire will fall. That's the only way that I see that you can take this apart. Now I'm gonna tighten these back up and be ready to go. So thank y'all for watching. To my knowledge, this is the only video online right now showing you how to do this. So let me know what you think. Peace out. So So on the back tire of the M10, you're gonna have to, I'm gonna take this bolt off and this off of the mud flap. Take the 2 bolts off of here, loosen these 2 bolts, and then this arm will fall off first, and then the tire will drop free. But then I'm gonna take the caliper off before I mount it back up, because it doesn't go on very well with the caliper. Don't mind this I let somebody ride it and they crashed and broke the tail light, so now I'm waiting for them to send me a new tail light, so don't talk about my shit. Cool.